Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins. An ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece first up. Imagine holding in your hand a tiny copper coin, rusted around the edges, faintly scratched from time, yet harboring within it a value that defies belief. It looks like any other penny at first glance, but make no mistake, this is not just any coin. This is the 1944 Lincoln Memorial Penny, a rare creation of American history, a 1-cent piece that could be your ticket to unimaginable fortune. Some collectors believe it has the power to transform an ordinary life into a story of sudden wealth, instant fame, and financial freedom. The year was 1944. America was in the throes of World War II. Resources were scarce, metals were precious, and the U.S. Mint had shifted its focus to producing steel coins to save copper for the war effort. But something remarkable happened. A small number of 1944 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover steel planchets from the previous year. These rare error coins, made of steel instead of copper, were never meant to exist. And today, they are considered one of the rarest and most coveted coins in U.S. history. This penny doesn't scream wealth. It doesn't shine with gold or glisten with jewels. But that's exactly why it slips under the radar, unnoticed by many, but priceless to those who understand its worth. Some of these 1944 steel Lincoln cents have been auctioned for upwards of $1,000. That's right, a single penny, worth 1 cent at birth, can now be the centerpiece of a coin collection that could make someone a millionaire overnight. Only a handful of genuine 1944 steel pennies are known to exist. Their accidental creation makes them legendary among numismatists. Most 1944 pennies were made from copper, like every year since 1944. But these steel coins defied the pattern. Their uniqueness is backed by metallurgical analysis and historical authentication. In a sea of billions of pennies, only a few carry this rare steel signature, and that rarity is what drives their astronomical value. You may have one sitting in a jar on a dusty shelf, mixed in with your pocket change, or forgotten in an old drawer. Many of these valuable coins have been accidentally spent, given away, or lost in time. That's what makes finding one today feel like discovering buried treasure. If you spot a 1944 penny that sticks to a magnet, stop. That could be your golden ticket. Steel is magnetic, copper is not. One simple test could unlock a life-altering discovery. People often associate wealth with sparkle and shine, but this coin rewrites the rules. The 1944 steel penny doesn't dazzle in appearance. It looks modest, even mundane. But its modesty is what makes it magical. In a world obsessed with flashy displays of wealth, this little gray coin remains a quiet giant. Its value lies in its mystery, its scarcity, and the electric thrill it gives to those lucky enough to possess it. Because of the high value of these coins, forgeries have flooded the market. Some people have plated copper pennies with steel to trick unsuspecting buyers. True 1944 steel pennies must be authenticated by a professional coin grading service. Their legitimacy is determined by weight, composition, and striking details, only visible under expert scrutiny. Before you sell or celebrate, make sure what you hold is real. A certified coin is the only passport to millionaire status. Owning a 1944 steel Lincoln penny is like holding a relic from a parallel timeline, where fortune favors the rare, and destiny hides in plain sight. It's not just a coin. It's a story, a myth, a silent revolution in your palm. If you possess one, guard it well. It could make you a legend, a name whispered in collector circles, the star of an auction floor, the subject of numismatic lore. This isn't just currency. It's a key to another life. Second, make you rich, beyond belief. What if I told you that a tiny, brown, overlooked coin sitting quietly in your drawer could hold the power to change your entire destiny? The 1945 Lincoln penny, stamped with the bold words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," may look like just another coin, but for those who know its secret, it is nothing short of a miracle. Some versions of this coin have been valued in the millions. Yes, millions. If you hold the right one, you could be standing on a fortune you never imagined. In 1945, the world was emerging from the shadows of war. America was victorious, soldiers were coming home, and the U.S. Mint was returning to peacetime coin production. While most pennies that year were made from standard copper, a few unique and mysterious variants slipped through the cracks. These extremely rare error coins, struck with unusual metals, flawed dies, or in unique conditions, are the hidden treasures that coin collectors now hunt with feverish passion. Most 1945 pennies are common, worth only a few cents. But here's the catch. A few have anomalies that make them unimaginably valuable. Some were misstruck on silver planchets, others on leftover steel from 1943, and a few are double die or off-center. These minting mistakes are not flaws. They are golden opportunities. To a trained eye, these rare errors make the coin worth not hundreds, not thousands, but potentially millions. If you have one, you're not holding pocket change. You're holding a life changer. What should you look for? Start with the basics. Check for unusual weight or color. A 1945 penny made of steel, for example, will stick to a magnet, unlike the common copper ones. Look closely at the inscriptions. A doubled Liberty or double date can point to a double die variety, worth a small fortune. If the coin seems off-centered or has a sharp, ghost-like second image, that's a sign of rare mint errors. Even the tiniest detail can make the difference between a penny and a payday. Why are these coins so valuable? Because they tell a story. A story of war, change, and human error. The 1945 error pennies are not just money, they're artifacts of history. Collectors across the world are willing to pay astronomical prices to own a piece of that narrative. The fewer that exist, the more explosive the demand. One coin could spark a bidding war and place you at the center of the collector world. You're not just selling metal, you're selling a legend. You don't need to be an expert to find treasure. Many of these valuable coins are discovered by regular people sorting through old jars, inheritance boxes, or change at yard sales. That's the beauty of it. Fortune can hide in plain sight. If you find a suspiciously unique 1945 penny, don't rush to spend it. Don't give it away. Have it professionally appraised and authenticated. That little coin might deserve a spotlight under glass, not a place in a vending machine. In a world full of counterfeits and copycats, it's important to get your rare coin certified. Legitimate grading companies can verify the authenticity and condition of your penny, which dramatically increases its value. With the right documentation, your 1945 Lincoln penny can go from being an old keepsake to a global sensation, commanding prices that can buy houses, businesses, or a life of complete freedom. Guard it wisely. Handle it with care. It might be the rarest thing you'll ever tuck than value. It holds power. The 1945 Lincoln penny is more than currency. It's a whisper from the past, a symbol of unexpected fortune, and a powerful reminder that even the smallest things can change your life. If you are lucky enough to possess this coin, know that you're holding more than metal. You're holding possibility, transformation, and a story waiting to explode into reality. So don't trade it lightly. This is a coin that could turn a simple collector into a billionaire overnight. Would you like this script turned into a dramatic voiceover script, short YouTube narration, or eye-catching poster design next? Third, there are things in this world that hide in plain sight. One of them could be sitting right in your pocket, glinting under the light, waiting to be noticed. The 1946 Lincoln penny, a small brown coin that most people overlook, may appear simple, but in certain rare forms, it possesses a value so massive it could flip your life upside down. With the words, "Liberty and in God we trust" engraved into its surface, this coin doesn't just carry metal. It carries mystery, fortune, and the power to make you a millionaire in the blink of an eye. The year 1946 was a time of rebirth. World War II had ended, soldiers were returning home, and America was stepping into a new chapter. The U.S. Mint, returning to peacetime production, struck billions of Lincoln pennies that year. But here's the twist. Within that massive production run, a few extraordinary errors and anomalies occurred. Coins minted on the wrong metal, coins with double dies, and coins with ghost images. These aren't just errors. They're treasures. They're whispers from history, telling us, "Find me, and I will reward you." Most 1946 pennies are made of copper and are worth only a small amount. But if you're lucky enough to come across one of the few misstruck versions, like a penny made from leftover steel planchets from the 1943 wartime run, you might be holding something no one else has. These ultra-rare 1946 era coins can fetch prices in the hundreds of thousands, and in some cases over $1 million at private auctions. These aren't just collector's items, they are keys to life-changing wealth. The value of a 1946 penny depends on its errors, materials, and condition. A normal copper penny might be worth a few cents, but if it was struck on a leftover steel planchet, or features a doubled die, where the image appears twice, or was minted off-center or with a die crack, those features can launch its value into the stratosphere. Rarity multiplies value. The fewer that exist, the higher the demand. And in the case of the 1946 penny, the rarest ones are nearly mythical. Want to know if your penny is worth a fortune? First, test it with a magnet. A steel penny will stick, copper won't. Next, examine the words liberty and in God we trust. If they appear slightly doubled or off-centered, you may have a rare die error. Also, check the weight. Steel pennies are lighter than copper. Any of these traits could mean your coin is not just a piece of metal, it's a winning lottery ticket. But only trained eyes and proper equipment can tell you the full. If you even suspect that your 1946 penny might be rare, don't spend it. Don't toss it in a drawer. Don't let it vanish into everyday circulation. Take it to a professional coin grading service. They'll examine every millimeter of it and certify its authenticity. With that certification, the value skyrockets. A coin graded and sealed by a trusted authority becomes instantly more desirable and more valuable to elite collectors around the world. It doesn't look flashy, it doesn't glow like gold or sparkle like diamonds. But that's the beauty of the 1946 Lincoln penny. It hides in plain sight. It could be in your coin jar, in your grandparents' old cigar box, even in loose change from a thrift store. Its value isn't in how it looks, but in what it represents. An extremely rare piece of history, a hidden treasure that could make you a millionaire or even a billionaire overnight. All it takes is one lucky find. The 1946 Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a story, a symbol, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity disguised as everyday money. It holds more than value. It holds potential. The kind of potential that could rewrite your story forever. So if you have one, treasure it. Get it verified. Never let it go cheap. Because that little disc of copper or steel may be your silent partner in fortune, a gateway to wealth so massive, it could shift the course of your life forever.